Somewhere in a field right now, there is a broken drone lying in the grass. Its arms are cracked, its gimbal is hanging by a wire, and its camera housing is scratched up from what was probably a very bad day for whoever was flying it. Normally, that would just be sad. But this particular wreck is the reason we're all here today, because that crashed drone is a DJI Air 4 prototype, and it just leaked the entire shape of DJI's next lineup before the company even wanted us to see it. Here's the question I want you to sit with for the next 20-something minutes. Would you rather carry the smallest drone that still shoots incredible photos, or would you rather carry a slightly bigger drone that beats almost everything else in the sky on pure image quality? Because that is exactly the fork in the road DJI is building for us with the Air 4 and the Mini 6 Pro. Two drones, two completely different philosophies, and by the end of this video you're going to know exactly which one deserves your money, and more importantly, which one to actually wait for. Stick around, because the price section alone is going to change how a lot of you are thinking about this purchase, and I promise the ending is not what most leak videos are telling you right now. The leak that started everything. Let's start with how we even know any of this. A few weeks ago, photos started circulating online of a crashed prototype drone sitting in what looks like a random patch of grass somewhere. At first glance, you might mistake it for a beat-up Air 3S, but once you look closer, the differences jump out immediately. The top of the drone has a sensor module that looks nothing like anything currently in the Air lineup instead. It borrows heavily from the styling of DJI's flagship Mavic 4 Pro, with that raised hump housing extra sensors for obstacle detection. The arms are also noticeably thicker and more reinforced than what we've seen on the Air 3S, which tells us two things. First, DJI is building this thing to survive harder impacts, which lines up with rumors of expanded wind resistance and more aggressive flight modes. Second, a chunkier frame usually means more room inside for a bigger battery and a beefier camera module, both of which line up with everything else we're about to cover. Now, crash leaks like this are actually some of the most reliable leaks you can get in the drone world, because unlike a rendering or a patent filing, this is a real physical unit that someone photographed in the wild. It's not concept art. It's not a mock-up. Somebody was flying an actual pre-release Air 4, it went down, and now the internet has receipts. That's about as close to confirmed as leaks get before an official announcement. Camera and sensor deep dive. Alright, let's get into the part everyone actually clicked for the cameras. And I'll be honest, this is the section where the gap between these two drones is the widest. Leaks point to the Air 4 shipping with a dual camera setup built around a 1-inch class main sensor on the wide lens, paired with a secondary telephoto camera. Here's the part I want to be precise about. Whether that telephoto lens actually gets a matching 1-inch sensor or a smaller one is still genuinely unconfirmed. Leakers are split on that detail, so I'd treat fully matched sensors as the optimistic version of this rumor rather than a locked-in spec. Even the more conservative version is still a real step forward from the current Air 3S, which has clearly mismatched sensor sizes between its two lenses, meaning your footage can look noticeably different depending on which lens you're using at any given moment. If DJI does manage to match those sensors, it means more consistent color science, steadier dynamic range, and sharper detail whether you're wide or zoomed in. For anyone doing real estate walkthroughs, mapping work, or content that leans professional, that's not a marketing gimmick, that's a genuine, usable upgrade that shows up in your footage every single flight. The Mini 6 Pro's camera story is a lot fuzzier right now because almost nothing concrete has leaked about it yet. But based on DJI's usual playbook with the Mini Pro line, expect a single main camera built around a smaller sensor than anything on the Air 4, likely tuned to squeeze out better low-light performance and dynamic range rather than trying to win a sensor-size arms race it simply can't win. There's some chatter about a stacked CMOS sensor and even a variable aperture, both of which would help the Mini punch above its weight class in trickier lighting conditions like sunsets, indoor shots, or overcast days. Here's the part physics doesn't let anyone escape though. Smaller drone bodies mean smaller sensors. Full stop. There's no clever engineering trick that gets around that reality. So no matter how good DJI's software tuning gets on the Mini 6 Pro, the Air 4 is expected to comfortably win on raw image quality. If you're the kind of creator who pixel peeps your footage, compares dynamic range charts, or delivers client work where image quality is non-negotiable, that gap matters a lot. If you're mostly posting to social media where footage gets compressed anyway, it matters a lot less than you'd think. Video resolution and frame rates. Now let's talk moving pictures, because both drones are expected to push their video specs forward just in very different directions. And this is where I need you to be skeptical of some of what's floating around online. The Air 4 is rumored to support high-resolution 4K video at high frame rates with strong dynamic range, thanks to that bigger 1-inch class main sensor doing the heavy lifting. That makes it a strong pick for cinematic B-roll, real estate walkthroughs, and landscape content, where fine detail is the whole point of the shot. When you're pushing in on a slow pan over a mountain range, that sensor size is doing a lot of quiet work in the background that you'll only notice when you compare it side by side with smaller sensor footage. The Mini 6 Pro is where things get a lot more speculative, and honestly, a lot more entertaining to sift through. Some leaks are floating 6K recording, and there's even chatter about 8K dreams circulating in certain corners of the internet. I want to be straight with you, a lot of that looks more like wishful thinking dressed up as a leak than anything grounded in actual teardown evidence. What's far more believable, based on DJI's track record, is that they keep pushing 4K quality higher on the Mini line while layering in smarter tracking and stabilization features, because that's been the winning formula for every single Mini Pro generation so far. DJI doesn't usually chase resolution wars on its smallest drones, it chases usability wars instead. So here's the practical takeaway. If raw resolution numbers on a spec sheet matter most to you, the safer bet right now is the Air 4. If smart shooting modes, subject tracking, and portability matter more than chasing a number, the Mini 6 Pro is still shaping up to be plenty capable for the vast majority of what people actually film. Flight performance and wind resistance. Here's where a lot of people stop paying attention because it feels like the boring middle section, but I'd actually argue this is one of the most important parts of the whole comparison, because a drone with great specs is useless if you can't fly it in real-world conditions. The Air 4's bigger body should translate directly into better flight performance across the board. Leaks point to improved wind resistance, with some reports mentioning stability and gusts up to around 14 meters per second, alongside a more aerodynamic shape designed to help with both speed and battery efficiency. And because bigger frames have more room for bigger batteries, expect flight times to stretch noticeably longer per charge compared to anything in the Mini line. If you've ever had a flight cut short because your drone was fighting a headwind the entire way back, you already know why this matters more than it sounds like on paper. The Mini 6 Pro is always going to be fighting an uphill battle here, purely because of physics again. Compact batteries mean shorter flight times, and lighter frames get pushed around a lot more easily in strong wind. That's just the trade-off you accept for a drone that fits in your jacket pocket. That said, DJI has steadily improved wind handling with every single Mini generation, and if the Mini 6 Pro follows that same trend, you should expect meaningfully better wind resistance and battery life compared to the current Mini 5 Pro. It still won't match the Air 4 head-to-head in a real wind fight, but the gap should be smaller than it's been in previous generations. Quick gut check before we move on. If you fly mostly in calm parks and backyards, this section barely matters to you. If you're someone who flies near coastlines, mountains, or open fields where wind shows up uninvited, this might honestly be the most important section in the entire video. Battery life and charging. This is a part most leak videos skip entirely, and I think that's a mistake, because battery life is genuinely a daily use factor, not just a spec sheet number. Based on the size difference alone, the Air 4 is expected to carry a noticeably larger battery than the Mini 6 Pro, which should translate into longer flight times per charge and more shooting time before you're digging through your bag for a spare. Larger drone batteries also tend to handle temperature swings a little better, meaning cold weather flights in winter shouldn't tank your flight time nearly as dramatically as they would on a smaller battery. The Mini 6 Pro will likely stick closer to what we've seen on the Mini 5 Pro, with smaller, lighter batteries that keep the whole package under that all-important 250-gram threshold. The trade-off is shorter flights and more battery swaps if you're shooting all day. But the upside is that spare Mini batteries are cheap, light, and easy to carry 3 or 4 of without noticing the extra weight in your bag. For travelers who don't want to plan around charging infrastructure, that's actually a real advantage the Air 4 can't fully replicate, because Air-class batteries are bigger, heavier, and slower to charge in bulk. So, depending on how you fly, this section could tip the scale either direction. Longer single flights favor the Air 4, while easy multi-battery travel setups favor the Mini 6 Pro. obstacle avoidance. Both drones are expected to carry forward DJI's omnidirectional obstacle sensing, which has become something of a baseline expectation at this point, rather than a luxury feature. But the Air 4 seems to be getting the more advanced sensor array of the two, likely borrowing technology directly from the Mavic line to handle genuinely tricky environments like dense forests or tight urban flying between buildings, where a split-second reaction time actually matters. On the transmission side, most leaks point to the Air 4 running an upgraded O4 Plus system, with a smaller number of reports floating the newer O5 protocol as a possibility. Either way, expect a longer control range and a noticeably more stable live feed than the current Air 3S offers. That becomes especially useful if you're flying farther from home or in areas with heavier radio interference from cities, cell towers, or other pilots flying nearby. Here's a correction to an assumption a lot of leak videos make. The Mini line isn't actually behind on transmission tech anymore. The current Mini 5 Pro already shipped with O4 Plus and a genuinely strong real-world range, so the Mini 6 Pro will most likely just carry that same system forward rather than catching up to anything DJI closed most of that particular gap a generation ago. Its obstacle avoidance should still be perfectly solid for everyday flying parks, neighborhoods, open trails, just not quite as bulletproof as what the Air 4 is expected to offer in genuinely challenging environments. If you mostly fly in open, predictable spaces, this gap probably won't affect you much. If you fly in cluttered environments regularly, this is one of the clearer reasons to lean toward the Air 4. Smart features. Here's an angle almost nobody's talking about yet, and I think it deserves more attention. DJI's software layer the tracking modes, the automated shot presets, the subject recognition has quietly become just as important as the hardware itself, and it's usually where the Mini line tries to close the gap against bigger, more expensive drones. Expect the Mini 6 Pro to lean hard into smart shooting modes, improved subject tracking, and beginner-friendly automation, because that's genuinely been the winning formula for every Mini Pro generation so far. It's DJI's way of saying you don't need the biggest sensor if the software makes every shot look intentional. The Air 4, meanwhile, is expected to inherit more advanced automation from the Mavic line, but its real selling point isn't the software. It's giving skilled pilots more manual control and more consistent results when they already know exactly what shot they're going for. Put simply, the Mini 6 Pro is being built to make good shots easy, while the Air 4 is being built to make great shots possible. 3 leak claims. Quick detour before we talk price, because I think it's worth calling out a few claims floating around that I'm personally skeptical of, and you should be too. First, the 8K recording rumor on the Mini 6 Pro. As I mentioned earlier, that one just doesn't line up with sensor sizes this small, and I'd file it under wishful thinking until there's actual firmware or teardown evidence to back it up. Second, some corners of the internet are claiming the Air 4 will drop below 400 grams entirely, which would be a genuinely wild engineering feat given the reinforced arms and dual 1-inch sensors we've already seen in leaked photos. Bigger sensors and tougher frames simply weigh more, and there's no getting around that. Third, there's chatter about both drones getting satellite connectivity for remote area flying, which sounds exciting, but currently has zero supporting evidence beyond a single forum post that's been repeated so many times it's started to look more credible than it actually is. My advice: treat anything without a physical leak, a teardown photo, or a firmware string behind it as entertainment rather than information. The claims I've walked you through in this video are the ones with actual evidence behind them, and that's exactly why I'm comfortable standing behind them. Release timeline and what could still change. Before we get to the final verdict, let's talk timing, because this affects what you should actually do right now, today, with your money. Release timing for the Air 4 currently points toward late 2026 into early 2027. The once-rumored mid-2026 window has already come and gone, and as of this filming, DJI still hasn't submitted the FCC paperwork that normally shows up a few weeks to a couple of months ahead of a US launch, even though the Air 4 has already surfaced twice in Chinese regulatory systems. That absence doesn't kill the rumor, but it does mean a US release specifically remains genuinely uncertain, even if the Air 4 launches on schedule elsewhere in the world. On the Mini side, remember that naming flag from earlier DJI has already filed FCC paperwork under a completely different name, Lito, and several credible outlets now believe the true successor to the Mini 5 Pro could actually ship as the Lito X1 rather than anything badged Mini 6 Pro. If that's how it plays out, waiting specifically for a box that says Mini 6 Pro on it could mean waiting for a name that never launches, even though the drone itself likely still shows up eventually under different branding. Either way, DJI has been known to shift launch windows and even entire naming strategies without much warning. So treat everything in this video as a strong, well-sourced snapshot of where things currently stand, not a locked-in spec sheet carved in stone. If you're sitting on the fence about buying a current generation drone right now, that timeline matters. A few more months of waiting could mean the difference between buying into an outgoing generation right before a major leap, or deciding the wait genuinely isn't worth it for how you actually use your drone day to day. The final verdict. So, after all of that, which one should you actually be waiting for? If image quality, video performance, and flight stability top your priority list, the Air 4 is shaping up to be the stronger overall package, especially with those matched 1-inch sensors and beefed-up obstacle avoidance working together. It's the drone for people who care more about what ends up on their memory card than what's sitting in their backpack, the kind of flyer who's willing to carry a bit more weight in exchange for footage that genuinely holds up under scrutiny. If portability, ease of travel, and a friendlier price tag matter more to you, the Mini 6 Pro keeps DJI's winning formula alive and well. It's light enough to fly almost anywhere without a second thought, simple enough for complete beginners to pick up fast, and still packing enough camera technology under the hood to keep casual and semi-serious creators genuinely happy with their footage. So here's the real question. Stripped all the way down, do you want the best possible camera in a mid-sized body, or do you want the smallest possible drone that still takes genuinely great photos? The Air 4 answers the first question. The Mini 6 Pro answers the second. Neither answer is wrong, it just depends on which question actually matters more to how you fly. So now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment right now and tell me which one you're actually waiting for, Air 4 or Mini 6 Pro, and more importantly, tell me why. I read every single comment on these leak breakdowns, and honestly, some of the best information I get for follow-up videos comes straight from you telling me what you're seeing in your region, or what you've heard from other sources. If this video actually helped you make sense of the chaos around these leaks, do me a favor and hit subscribe, because the second either of these drones gets an official announcement, we're going to break down every single spec line by line, compare it against everything we covered today, and tell you exactly whether the leaks held up or completely missed the mark. That comparison video is going to move fast once DJI makes this official, so subscribing now means you won't miss it in the flood of reaction content that's about to hit this platform. Thanks for sticking with me through this whole breakdown. I'll see you in the next one.